Hello and welcome back to iBluairJgR Gaming for Comedy. This is Uncut Civilization VI. We last left off having a skirmish with the evilest man in the world, Gandhi. His reasons for violence are unknown, but we're more than capable of defending ourselves. In the few turns we passed over, we finished construction of the Russian Museum Hermitage, and we also got some friendly words from Gorgo, the only leader that seems to understand the necessities of war. Now let's get into it.
The cult museums are on the front lines of the fight for culture, of good with evil. In any case, of the fight against platitudes and primitiveness. In the hierarchy of the major poetic substances, plastic figures as a disgraced material, lost between the effusiveness of rubber and the flat hardness of metal.
Alright people, we are back once again in Civilization VI, picking up a few turns ahead of where we left off. As you can see, our city, formerly known as Oil Island, has been renamed to Dead Fossil City, and that name was provided to us by Jedi Narwhal 11. So thank you for watching, and thank you for submitting a name. There were a lot of other people that submitted names, but unfortunately there is a limit to the number of characters that you can place on a city name. But I'm going to give y'all shout outs anyway. We got Kevin Nguyen, Jonathan Lamore, Nico Pecor, Walker Brown, and Artie Party. Everybody that submitted names, I thank you very much for submitting them, and I thank you for watching. Now let's get into it, man. Let's get into it. We're going to start off by building a little forest. All right. That's a cool function of the builders. I don't remember exactly what gives them the ability to construct forests on deforested lands, but it is very valuable. And it's kind of cool that in the early game you can actually cut down trees and whatnot and sort of not have to worry about there never being trees again in the future. I think that's kind of nice. But we just we're still at war with Gandhi, by the way, actually, so let's kind of deal with that first. He's got mechanized infantry kind of close to our borders, but we have a freaking battleship with a ton of range, so we are going to go ahead and siege that a little bit and soften it up for our redcoat. Now realistically, a redcoat shouldn't be able to defeat a mechanized infantry, but the redcoat gets a big boost to its combat strength when fighting off of my home continent, so we're going to be able to do some pretty significant damage to this thing and take it out. We're going to take some casualties in the process, but we are going to win the battle. Now, most likely because we've destroyed one of Gandhi's units, he's probably going to ask for peace. And I am inclined to accept it simply because I'm not in the best position for war at the moment. But there is one thing that I would like to do before accepting peace, and that's stealing this this settler. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And then when his peace offer comes in, you know, we'll deal with it. So let's go ahead and go to the next turn. Watch him declare peace right now. Bet money. Bet money. Yep. Not yet, buddy. You got to take over your settler first. I know you're upset, but it's your fault. But, you know, the AI, it becomes more and more predictable the more you play. For obvious reasons, the AI is predictable. But the AI in Civ 6 definitely has a bad rap from reading on Reddit and the forums and whatnot. That's probably one of the main complaints about the game, is that the diplomacy is a little bit wonky when you're playing with AI. Like it's very difficult to make someone your friend, especially if you don't pay extra attention to what makes them happy. Now, we're going to go ahead and talk to Gorgo. I'm going to make a deal with her. I'm going to ask for open borders. And Gorgo obviously wants a little bit of money out of it with those big brown eyes. She knows she can get anything out of anybody. So we'll accept the deal. But it's a weird... The diplomacy that they have going on, it's a weird system. And it doesn't work flawlessly at all. Like, it's very far from working flawlessly. But it's interesting. Like that's the biggest thing I'll say about it. It's interesting. So in 2 more turns, we're going to declare peace with Gandhi. And we're going to go ahead and build a lumber mill on that little plot right there. Hang on. What are we gonna make? Royal Navy Dockyard. Boom. What the hell? I don't need another museum in Emerald City, so let's just make a Theater Square Festival. Let's have some fun with the people. That'll generate some great people points for their respective category, and yeah, it'll fill up the time. It'll fill up the time. Sid, the AI is definitely it's a trip. Like with France, for example, right? They like other nations that have strong espionage and a lot of spies and whatnot. But I can guarantee you, if you spy on France, they'll get upset with you. So, I mean, so I guess that means what you have to do is you have to build a lot of spies and then spy on other people. But besides France, but like it's still a little bit weird. It's still a little bit wonky. Like it just doesn't feel right. And I'm willing to bet that there's a possibility that France will denounce you just for spying on other people. So it's like, how do you win here? How do we make this work? And then of course the warmonger penalty is a little bit. This is going to be a complaining episode, by the way. The warmonger penalty thing is a little bit it's annoying. I get why it exists, but the problem is when other civs denounce you because somebody else declared war on you. It's like, bro, I didn't start this problem. Like that's like you at the bar with your girl, and somebody else comes at you and he's like, yo, what's good? And then y'all start fighting, and then your girl mad. She's like, why were you fighting him? It's like, he punched me in the face. So what am I supposed to do? Like you know, it's like that's how it feels when you get denounced by other civs in Civ 6 for getting a war declared on you. So I don't know. Anyway, we're gonna transfer. This trade. Actually, I think we can leave this trader in Blue and Dun, but we need more commercial. We need more trade route capacity for now, so we're gonna put him to sleep for the moment, and then we'll come back to it in a bit. But I think our trade routes are going pretty well. We got a little bit of work to do as far as directing them a little bit better and choosing exactly where they go, because we have a lot of internal stuff right now, and we've got to start getting them external so we can get more tourism, because we're working it, man. We're trying to work it. We're trying to get everybody to realize that we have the best tourist attractions in the world. But I mean, everybody's still going to America for those hamburgers and hot dogs. So, you know, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Okay. So, but yeah, so I don't know. So we're going to capture his unit, and now we are going to make peace with Gandhi. There was no other way to do it, old man. Make this deal more equitable. Okay, yeah, I'll take it. Not complaining about that. I'm getting some amenities out of it. I sort of want the denim instead. Well, yeah, he'll do the denim. How much can I get out of it? Nah, that's too much. That's too much. Okay. Yeah, that's a good deal. So we get some jeans, we get some gold, and we get some peace. I accept the deal, my friend. You should feel very bad about what you've done, Gandhi. So we got a free settler out of that war. And there aren't that many places to go, but I most likely will try and make use of this spot right here. It's very close to the city-state, but it's mainly for the access to this salt, which is a luxury resource. And a lot of my cities are either at 0 or at least the cities over here, Mare Wist and Emerald City, they could use the extra amenities. So we'll work towards that in the coming turns. But in the immediate, we're gonna go dig up this shipwreck and see what we find. Boom. What we got in there? Ugh, they're making me choose a production first. I don't have enough for a commercial. Fine. Amphitheater. Why not? So let's see what artifact. Your archaeologist Emery found a shipwreck left by a naval battle between barbarians and Toronto. Let's take it from the barbarians. We got another mask. So we got 2 masks and a bunch of other stuff. That's nice. And our trade route capacity has gone up to 11 now because we just finished a Royal Navy dockyard in Chengdu. So what we're going to do, because of Chengdu, is we're going to start another international trade route with America. Oh, right, we're at war. Let's change that. Okay. There we go. So we're no longer at war with America. I think at this point we can really focus on just going straight culture. And like if we get up to turn like 250 and I just can't seem to figure out how to make peace, then the battle will begin. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep building a battleship armada from BlueAirTopia, and then when that's finished, I'll probably build the Sydney Opera House. But then after that, I'm gonna focus Blue and Dun straight up on military. All right, I know Negavec wanted me to build an airstrip in Blue and Dun, but Blue and Dun is gonna be the tank producing capital of the world. All right, so they're gonna have all the tanks. And you know, if we do find the time to make an airstrip, then we'll do it. But for the moment, we're going to focus them on tanks, and then the rest of the world will be all about that culture. So that's going to be our strategy for the near future. And I guess we can build or purchase a builder so we can fix this little lumber mill that was set on fire by Gandhi's submarine. Way overkill. All right, there we go. So yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting situation. Like the whole idea of accepting bad shit, just accepting stuff because it's not that bad. It's an interesting concept, right? And it like the other day I went out and not to brag or anything, but I went to a restaurant yesterday, so I'm doing pretty good for myself. Well, it wasn't even a restaurant; it was a bar. I mean, it was a bar / restaurant. But went out. Wasn't that hungry. Went out with a couple of buddies. Weren't that hungry, so we looked at the appetizers. And I said, "Ooh, they've got sliders. You want to split some sliders?" And he said, "Yeah, all right, I could do some sliders." And I said, "Hey, they've got a lot of options on this list. They got a bunch of different slider options."
The chief incalculable in war is the human will.
And the chief incalculable in purchasing sliders is the fact that you don't always know what you're going to get when you go to a new restaurant, right? I tried to make that relate as much as possible, and I did all right. Don't judge me. Ooh, another shipwreck. All right, let's go sail away and pick up this shipwreck right over here. So I'm looking at the list, and they had one that sounded delicious. It was like a mushroom slash nuclear fission. Jesus, feel like that's important. We're gonna go for the radio because the broadcast center seems like a valuable building. I'm pretty sure that's a building that goes on top of the amphitheater. Yeah. Yeah, okay, yeah. We're going to work on that radio. Yeah, that's going to be valuable to us. There's so much research that I want to do. Build a national park? Can I do that? Hold on. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Alright, we're going to try and boost up radio. We're going to try and build a national park. So as soon as the next turn is available, we're going to see what that's all about. But for now, we're going to see what this tank army is all about. Units need orders. Right. Link up, boys. Get ready to sail. Boom. I'll say it sounded good. It's like mushroom, portobello cheese, and like it just sounded good. But the problem was I made an assumption that the variable that I did not know existed was the fact that it was a veggie slider. Now, I don't know if I'm wrong for just assuming that all sliders... A slider is a small hamburger, by the way. But I thought I was safe in assuming that every slider default has beef on it. But this one did not. It was a veggie slider. And both of us were very disappointed. with the taste of the veggie slider. I ate 2 of them. My boy only had 1. I put ketchup on it, made it taste a little bit better. All right, if worse comes to worse, just put ketchup on it. It'll make it taste better. But the point is, I could have made a big deal of it, right? I could have called over our waitress and be like, excuse me, there's no beef on this slider. What gives? But at the end of the day, it was my fault for not asking. But the point is, I ate it and I accepted it. I accepted that, you know, it must be built on a valid national park. Well, for fuck's sake, can you tell me what's a valid national park on? Okay, there we go. So I was wondering why I couldn't build a national park. It has to do with the amount of appeal that a certain tile has. We can take a look at the appeal here. The dark green tiles are the ones that have the appeal, the most appeal, charming. I think it needs to be at least charming or something. I just read it and I don't even fucking know what it said. I'll go ahead and read it for you guys. There we go. National parks can be built on a cluster of any 4 tiles that meet the following requirements. The tiles must be natural wonders, mountains, or a tile with an appeal of charming or better. All 4 of the tiles must be owned by the same city. Wait a minute. This is complicated. So I can't build it here? Oh my gosh. All right, we're going to figure this out. I'll finish reading it later. This is obviously not going well. I'm going to run around looking for a good spot to build a national park for the next 8 turns. Oh, come on. Move your fucking boat. So, yeah, my point is, my point in saying all this is, I ate it, and it wasn't that good, and I just got denounced. Because it probably could, yep, weekend espionage, I had a feeling. My point is, you know, sometimes you just put up with dumb shit, but I guess the question is, how much dumb shit do you put up with before you start saying, okay, this is bad? You know, how upset should I have been that there was no meat on my burger? Even though it didn't say that there's no guarantee that there's going to be meat on your burger. There's veggie burgers, there's vegan burgers out there. I don't know. But all I know is, what I do know is, as soon as this rapid deployment research finishes, this civic research, we're going to change up some of our policies so that we can gear more towards tourism.
A good plan violently executed right now is far better than a perfect plan executed next week.
And George S. Patton has given us some really good advice. So, what the hell? I'm not really sure what to put in my military policy slot right now, but I'll just put military first, plus 50% production towards atomic and information era units. So we changed up a couple of things. We've got Grand Opera plus 100% culture yield from Theater Square district buildings, and we've got heritage tourism now, so that's going to help us a lot. So after we accept that on the next turn, we'll take a look at the cultural standings, and then I suppose that'll be it for the day. Unfortunately, I want to keep going. I get really hooked on Civ really easily, but globalization and social media, those are the final 2 policies, and those are going to benefit us greatly when we do finally get to them. We got a little bit of work to do, but at the end of the day, it's going to be hopeful. It's going to be worth it. Yeah, it's gonna take some time, but I feel like we can do it, and we just got another great admiral whoop-de-fucking do, right? So we're just gonna recruit them. We'll look at it later. It's not really important at the moment. Our red coat is finished, so we're gonna go ahead and put him on fortify, and we may as well preemptively send this builder over to the location. And can we build a national park? No. Okay, dude, how the fuck does this work? All right, I should read it properly now. Okay, because I'm an idiot, and first of all, if you don't know how to do something, read the full instructions. So let's read this right now. national parks can be built on a cluster of any 4 tiles that meet the following requirement. The tiles must be natural wonders, mountains, or a tile with an appeal of charming or better. All 4 tiles must be owned by the same city. The tiles must be contiguous and form a vertical diamond shape. I don't even know what that means. No tile can have an improvement or a district. Okay, perfectly honest, I don't know if there are any valid spots that I can put my national park. So I don't think I'll be able to get the boost for the radio. But I guess the last thing we'll do for the day, I'll figure it out off camera, because obviously I'm an idiot and I don't want you guys to realize that I'm way dumber than you already assume that I am. So as far as the overall score is concerned, we are generating 200 tourism per turn and 218 culture per turn. We are ahead of America in the culture per turn department, but he's generating way more tourism. I don't even know how the hell he's doing that. But he's doing it. Yeah, he's doing something, that's for sure. Oh, look at that. That's how he's doing it. He's got like 20. Look at this. It's the great artist. He's been stealing all the great artists. All right, well, in any case, we've still got a lot of work to do. We've got tanks to produce. We've got planes to make. We've actually got a plane in production in Quicksilver City. So we've got a lot of stuff going on here. We're coming close to the end, but we still got work to do. So as always, the question of the day is coming up. Here we go. The question of the day: when you're playing a game, at what point do you ditch your preferred strategy and try something different? After taking a look at the scoreboard, I'm pretty sure there's no way for me to catch America and secure a cultural victory, but I'm pretty sure I could destroy America and secure a cultural victory. So maybe I should throw my peaceful tactics out the window and start whooping some ass. I don't know. So at what point do you decide, I'm going to change up my strategy, I'm going to use some different abilities, I'm going to use some different tactics? So let me know in the comments below, and as always, the name of the game is Civilization VI. The name of the channel is iBluairJgR Gaming for Comedy. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.